I sent $6,400 to help with my brother's baby shower, then got a message. +1 not approved. Just send gifts. Mom added, "You can't afford real family, so you buy us." I smiled. Good point. I quietly removed my payments for everyone's tuition, rent, and cars. By morning, my phone exploded, and they did this. The text message came at 10:34 p.m., right as I was folding laundry. My phone buzzed, and I glanced at the screen. It was a group chat. My mom, my brother Alex, his fiancée Lily, and me. The baby shower group. +1 not approved. Just send gifts. I stared at it, confused. A minute later, Mom's message popped up beneath it. "You can't afford real family, so you buy us." My chest tightened, but not with the usual shock or hurt. No. This time it was a strange, calm emptiness. I felt like a radio station someone had just tuned out. Their voices faded. Their noise became static. $6,400. That's how much I had sent over the past month. Gifts, venue, decorations, catering, anything Alex and Lily mentioned needing. I'd even covered the deposit for the event space because money was tight. My brother's voice on the phone had been so casual. "I know you've got a good job," and it would mean the world to Lily. A good job. They didn't know half of it. I worked 60-hour weeks managing a team at a logistics firm. It was grueling, yes, but it paid well. Well enough that I'd been quietly helping my family for years. Rent for Mom and Dad's condo. Me. Lily's student loans. Me. Even the monthly car payments for Alex's Jeep. Also me. But this time it was different. That message wasn't just cruel, it was a revelation. I smiled. A real quiet smile. Good point, I whispered to myself. I put down the laundry, walked over to my desk, and opened my laptop. One by one, I pulled up my banking app, PayPal, and the auto payment setups. Click. Pause monthly rent payments. Click. Cancel Lily's loan, auto pay. Click. Remove Alex's car payment. It was a strange sort of peace, watching the digital cords disconnect, feeling my pulse steady with each confirmation. Then I texted the group. "Got it, I'll just send gifts." Silence, no reply. I went to bed early that night and slept better than I had in years. At 7:15 a.m., my phone exploded. 22 missed calls, 11 unread messages. My family's group chat was a storm of chaos. "Your dad's landlord called. The rent didn't go through. Alex's car payment is overdue. Lily says her student loans are showing as delinquent." I didn't even bother opening the notifications. I sipped my coffee, looking out the window at the clear morning sky, and waited. They would call. They always did. And at 7:30, the front door camera flashed. Dad's car pulled into my driveway. He didn't even bother knocking. I heard the pounding on the door like a heartbeat in the distance, but I didn't answer. I finished my coffee. I smiled. I didn't owe them anything. The world felt quieter after I cut them off. Almost peaceful. No more endless messages about bills. No desperate calls for emergency help. I thought maybe, just maybe, I had finally escaped the endless pit of family debt. But as I walked around my tiny apartment, the silence filled with something else. Memories. It started when I was 20. I had just landed my first real job, and Dad called me, his voice tense but hopeful. "Your mother's medicine. It's just too expensive. We're barely making it." Without a second thought, I sent them $500. That was the first. Then came the one-time help from my sister Lily. She had just started college, and her student loans weren't enough. I remembered how she called, her voice trembling. "I'll pay you back, I promise. I just need to get through this semester." But the semester never ended. I kept paying, and it didn't stop there. The first car for Alex, a beat-up Jeep that I covered the down payment for because he needed it for his job. 3 months later, he quit the job. The Jeep stayed. Then came the mortgage for Mom and Dad, their dream condo, the one they couldn't afford after Dad's business venture fell apart, a venture he never mentioned until it failed. I was just starting my own life, but I became their safety net. Every month, an auto payment from my account to theirs. No thanks. Just the occasional text. "You paid, right?" Like I was their personal accountant. The years blurred into receipts, balance transfers, and excuses. My inbox became a graveyard of desperate messages. Alex's car broke down. "Can you cover the repair? Lily's tuition is overdue. They're going to drop her classes. Your mother's medicine is getting more expensive." They never said thank you. They just assumed it was my role. But there were other moments that stung like fresh cuts, like the time Mom threw a birthday party for Lily, and I paid for everything. decorations, food, even the custom cake with best sister ever written in pink frosting. They posted photos all over Facebook. What a perfect family day. Not a single mention of me. When I asked Lily about it, she laughed. Well, you weren't really there. You're always working. And then Dad's retirement. 35 years in sales. I thought I'd do something big. I bought him the luxury SUV he always talked about, the one he said was the only real car worth driving. At the family dinner, I handed him the keys with a speech about his hard work. He stood, raised his glass, and laughed. Let's toast my daughter who thinks buying a car means she'll finally earn my respect. Laughter rippled across the room. My smile didn't waver, but my chest tightened. I left without saying goodbye. I didn't take the car back. I told myself it didn't matter. It did. What mattered most were the little betrayals, the casual cruelty. The time Lily posted a photo of her new handbag with the caption, "When you know how to hustle." I had bought it for her after she cried about her empty closet. Alex bragging about his successful side gig in front of his friends, a gig I funded to help him get started. Mom posting family vacation photos I paid for with captions like "Family is everything." Family, everything except me. And when I tried to pull back just a little, the mask came off. They didn't beg, they threatened. Stop acting like you're better than us, Dad snapped once on the phone. You have a good job because we sacrifice for you, Lily sneered. Oh, poor you, a successful manager. Do you want a medal? Alex's favorite line, money doesn't make you family, sis. Money, the thing they demanded but never respected. I kept thinking about the text. You can't afford real family, so you buy us. No, I didn't buy them. They took advantage of my kindness. And the worst part, I wasn't even angry at first. I was ashamed. Ashamed of how long I let them use me. Ashamed of how I thought this was normal. Ashamed of how I twisted myself into their personal bank account just to hear them say the word family. But not anymore. Not after I cut them off. Not after I remembered everything. I opened my laptop and started pulling up records. Old bank statements, PayPal transfers, text messages, years of evidence of how they leached off me. Then my phone pinged, a notification from Lily, a post. Some people just forget who their real family is when they get money. It's sad. The comments poured in, a parade of sympathy. You deserve better, Lily. Some people only care about themselves. I almost replied. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. But then I remembered. They weren't the only ones who could make this public. I started saving screenshots, forwarding messages to myself, creating a folder. This wasn't just remembering anymore. This was preparing, and they had no idea. For 2 days, nothing. No messages, no calls, just a heavy, eerie quiet. Until today. I was in the middle of a set at the gym, the cold iron of the bar pressing into my palms. My muscles burned with each rep. Sweat dripped down my forehead, stung my eyes. The world outside those weights didn't exist. For a moment, I was free. Then I heard it. A voice. No, multiple voices. Loud, angry, familiar. There she is. I dropped the barbell. The clang echoed across the gym floor, sharp and final. I turned and my blood ran cold. They were there. Mom, tears streaming down her face, clutching her purse like it was a lifeline. Dad, red-faced, fists clenched. Lily, eyes wild, makeup smudged like she hadn't slept. And Alex, arms crossed, glaring like a storm ready to break. People stopped their workouts. A woman on a treadmill pulled out her earbuds, eyes wide. A trainer leaned against the wall, watching like it was a show. Are you happy now? Lily's voice sliced through the air. We're struggling because of you. I laughed, cold, sharp. I didn't destroy you. I just stopped funding your circus. Dad's voice boomed, and I felt it vibrate in my chest. We're your family. You don't just turn your back on family. Oh, I didn't turn my back, I said, wiping sweat from my brow. I just stopped letting you ride on mine. Murmurs rippled through the gym. Someone whispered, "What's going on?" Another person raised a phone, already recording. Stop being dramatic, Mom cried, her voice breaking. All we ever did was love you. Love. I stepped forward, the rage finally boiling over. Is that what you call this? Was it love when you guilt-tripped me into paying your rent? When you lied about Lily's tuition? When you posted family vacation photos without me because I was just the wallet? Stop pretending you're the victim, Lily screamed. You never cared about family. I laughed again, louder this time. No, Lily, I cared too much. And now I'm free. Free from your endless whining, your constant lies. You wanted my money, not me. Dad lunged forward, jabbing a finger at my chest. You never respected your own family. The trainer stepped between us. Sir, you need to leave. Oh, of course, Dad snapped, turning to the growing crowd. See this? See how she acts like she's above us? She always thought she was better than her own family. A woman near the squat rack shook her head. Wow, this is wild. Lily's voice cracked, desperation creeping in. You think cutting us off makes you powerful? You're just a lonely, miserable woman with no real family. Family? I smiled and pulled out my phone. Let's talk about family. I swiped through my gallery and hit play. Her voice filled the gym, loud and unmistakable. Don't worry, I'll get her to pay for it. She's naive, always has been. We'll just tell her it's for school. She never checks. Lily's face drained of color. Mom's hand flew to her mouth. Dad's fists clenched so tight, his knuckles turned white. I turned the screen toward them. I have all the proof I need. Records, messages, receipts. If you keep pushing, we can take this a lot further. You liar, Lily lunged, but Alex grabbed her, holding her back. Liar? I raised my voice so the entire gym could hear. I was your bank, your private ATM. You didn't care if I was there, as long as I paid. I'll sue you, Dad shouted, spit flying. I'll ruin you. I leaned in, my voice calm, icy. Go ahead, but I'm done. No more money, no more lies. I don't owe you a single thing. Mom collapsed onto a bench, sobbing. You're killing us, your own family. No, Mom, I whispered. I'm saving myself. I turned and walked toward the exit. The whispers followed me, sharp and relentless. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. My phone buzzed in my pocket, a text from an unknown number. That was insane. I got it all on video. Want me to send it to you? I smiled. Send it. The real story was just beginning. The lawyer's office was colder than I expected. Clean, sterile, like a place where emotions went to die. I sat across from Mr. Graham, a seasoned attorney with a face carved from granite. He flipped through the stack of documents I'd handed him. Bank statements, text messages, photos. Years of my life reduced to black ink on white paper. After a long silence, he leaned back. I've seen scams. I've seen fraud. But this? He shook his head. This is a family treating you like a cash machine. I want it back, I said. Every dollar. His eyes sharpened. We can make that happen. Unjust enrichment. Fraudulent misrepresentation. They took your money under false pretenses. They manipulated you. Manipulated. The words settled over me like a truth I'd been avoiding. 2 days later, the first letter went out. A demand for repayment. Every dollar they'd squeezed from me. Calculated and itemized. $12,000 in rent payments for my parents. $16,500 in Lily's student loans, never used for tuition. $8,000 for Alex's Jeep. $6,400 for the baby shower. For the baby. 42,000. It wasn't just about the money. It was about taking back every piece of myself they'd stolen. The panic started within 48 hours. Mom called first. Sweetheart, I just got this letter. What does it mean? You can't be serious. Dead serious, I said calmly. You have 30 days. Court? Her voice trembled. We're family. I didn't do this to you, I replied softly. I just stopped letting you do it to me. Dad called next. No begging, just rage. You ungrateful child. I laughed. Name one thing you did for me that wasn't for yourselves. Silence. Lily's messages came fast and frantic. How can you be so selfish? You're ruining my life. I'll tell everyone you're a monster. I sent one reply. Do it. I have the receipts. By the end of the week, desperation turned into chaos. Alex listed his Jeep for sale. Lily picked up double shifts at a bar she used to mock me for working at. Dad tried refinancing the condo, but their credit collapsed without me. Then their lawyer reached out. Mediation. They wanted to settle. I agreed, on my terms. The mediation room felt like a battlefield. Mom's hands shook. Dad wouldn't look at me. Lily looked ready to explode. Their lawyer spoke first. My clients are offering $10,000. I almost laughed. You owe me 4 times that. You're ruining our lives, Lily screamed. Family doesn't drain you dry, I said. They'll pay every cent. Silence. Finally, they signed. Full repayment. Monthly installments. Miss one payment and I could seize their assets. As we stood to leave, Lily hissed, We can't believe you'd do this to your own family. I smiled. 2 weeks later, the first payment hit my account. $2,000. A start. They tried calling after that. Texting. Leaving voicemails that swung wildly between rage and pleading. I ignored all of it. I changed my number, blocked their emails, deleted them from social media, and watched their world unravel from a distance. Their Facebook posts became a sad spectacle. Lily posted tearful rants about toxic people who abandon family when money gets involved. Dad wrote long paragraphs about fake loyalty and ungrateful children. Mom shared Bible verses about forgiveness and betrayal. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Freedom wasn't just about getting my money back. It was about getting my life back. With every payment that they sent, I felt it. The chains loosening, the weight lifting, the quiet growing deeper. My apartment hadn't changed. Same walls, same couch, same view out the window. But it felt different, lighter. No more panic when my phone buzzed. No more guilt stitched into every paycheck. I started going to the gym without anger fueling me. I lifted because I wanted to, not because I needed to drown out their voices. I ran until my lungs burned with something clean, something that wasn't shame. Every month, like clockwork, my phone pinged. Another payment. They never missed one. They couldn't. Missing a payment meant court. At first, they tried sneaking messages into the payment notes. This isn't fair. We're your family. How could you do this to us? I ignored them. Empty words from people who once called me an ATM. Then one month, the payment came with no message at all. They had run out of excuses, run out of guilt, run out of me. I deleted the notification without a second thought. The city felt alive in ways I had never noticed before. I walked streets I'd ignored for years, found quiet parks, tried new cafes. I signed up for a coding course, something I'd always wanted to do, but never had time for when I was busy funding everyone else's life. One Saturday morning, I was sitting in a local coffee shop when someone tapped my shoulder. Lauren? I turned. Mark, an old friend from years ago. Wow, he said, smiling. You look different, happy. I smiled back. I stopped paying for people who didn't care about me. He laughed. That's cold. No, I said, taking a sip of my coffee. That's freedom. That night, I logged into my old bank account, the one my family had treated like their personal treasure chest. I stared at the balance for a long moment. Then I clicked Close Account. A warning popped up. Are you sure? This action is irreversible. Yes, I was sure. One click and it was gone. A clean slate. I grabbed my jacket and stepped out into the cool evening air. The city hummed around me. Couples laughed. People rushed past with places to be. Life moved forward, indifferent and beautiful. I stopped at a small cafe, ordered a cappuccino, and watched the rain slide down the window. For the first time in years, I wasn't calculating what I owed anyone. I wasn't bracing for the next crisis. I wasn't waiting to be needed. I was just there. I didn't lose a family. I lost a burden, and I wasn't going back. Sometimes, late at night, in the quiet moments before sleep, I wonder if there was another version of this story, one where things didn't end this way, a version where love wasn't tangled up with money, where boundaries were respected, where I didn't have to walk away to survive. But then I remember the text. You can't afford real family, so you buy us. And I know the truth. Letting go was the only way to save myself.